Justin Fraser, who's going to be joining us for today's presentation. Now, this is a live session, and we're trying out some new tech, so I hope it goes well. And if it doesn't, forgive us, because it's okay. We're human, right? But go ahead and watch it. Go ahead and watch this live. If you're not watching live, it's okay too. We're going to be doing a lot more live stuff moving forward with some new tech that we're trying out. So today's live session is going to be about investing in real estate during these changing times. So I've got something I'm going to talk you guys through, and then we'll do Q&A, and then we've got some super exciting stuff for you guys to check out. So make sure you stay to the very end of the presentation, because Justin and I have some really crazy stuff we're going to be giving away to you guys that you can't get anywhere else. So make sure you stick around to the very end of the presentation for some really cool freebies that we're going to be throwing out there. Just free stuff, just gratitude gifts for you guys. So today's presentation is going to be called Investing in Real Estate During Today's Changing Market. Because you guys know, thanks to Corona, this lovely little Corona bug here, this little guy, cute looking little thing, maybe scary looking little thing, right? Thanks to this little guy, we are in a absolutely tumultuous world of real estate investing and of the world in general. So today we're going to talk about what we're doing as the DeRosa Group and how we've gotten through what we're doing to get through this stuff, and also some suggestions we have for you guys to do. Now, if you guys are watching live, feel free to type in your questions. I can see them. Thanks to our awesome tech that we have here. I can read your questions off. Justin's here to help me answer those things too. So if you guys are watching live right now, pop in, man. Ask live questions.
Yeah, tell us where you're from. Tell us where you're watching
Shout
from.
It out. Yeah, I want to hear you. I want to hear where you guys are from too. So if you're watching live right now, go ahead and pop in some questions or pop in where you're from, because we want to hear about that as well. So today's, like I said, investing in real estate during today's changing market. So let's get into the conversation and talk about it, right? So like I said, at the very end, stay tuned for this basket of goodies. Here's some craziness that's going to be in here that you guys really want to get a hold of. Whether you guys are watching live or watching the recording of this, you guys want this basket of goodies, because there's just stuff you can't get anywhere else. It's not on my YouTube channel. It's not anywhere else, unless you were there live when I did things like if you were at the Bigger Pockets conference in Tennessee last year. I gave a great presentation on how to creatively finance any real estate deal. Well, I'm giving you guys that PowerPoint here as part of the basket of goodies. Just a little thank you for being here. And the next basket of goodies is Liz's presentation, which is to go from 2 to 222 units and beyond. That presentation. And we've also got building a powerhouse multifamily team, which I believe that multifamily real estate investing is a team sport, right, Justin?
Absolutely.
Team sport, man. It takes multiple people to go multifamily real estate investing. I've seen a lot of people invest in single family and small real estate on their own, but you need a team with a capital T to invest in multifamily. That presentation is exactly how to build that team. So you guys want to get that. That's in the basket of goodies, along with a lot of other stuff that we're going to talk about today. And Brad and Malcolm and all you guys are giving great shout outs. Awesome, man. I'm going to do Q&A in just a second, and we'll get to all y'all's questions in a second here. So stay tuned. Do not go anywhere. Brad and Malcolm with your questions, and keep typing in your shout outs. By the way, I want to hear where you guys are from. So keep typing in stuff. I'll give you guys some shout outs as we go here. Okay. And also, we're going to give away some stuff here in the basket of goodies that's not available anywhere else. You can't get it anywhere else. So you guys want to get this. I hate to keep teasing you, but I need you guys to stay till the end so you can get it. Okay. So right now, we've got an uncertain market. We've got that's the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and it's just absolutely just went off a cliff. And maybe we got more to go. I don't know. It's an unknown, crazy world that we're in right now. Here are some facts. Tenants are not working or staying home, right? And there's a lot of speculation, but I'm only going to talk about facts. Okay. Where in New Jersey, Malcolm? Where? I want to give you a shout out. Tenants are not working. They're staying at home. And they may not be able to get to work. They might not have the privilege of working from home like a lot of us do. They may be servers in many of the restaurants that just got shut down all over the country. So they're not working. They're staying at home. That's a fact. There's a lot of speculation too. We're not going to talk about speculation and a lot of the fear that's out there. Then that's a fact too, that a lot of people are worried and a lot of people think of what's going to happen. But here are the facts. Okay. The stock market's the stock market's crashing. It's lost about a third of its value in the last couple of weeks. That is a fact. Okay. I believe this is a fact. It's somewhat speculative, but it's a fact too, that there is a loss in consumer confidence. The world feels a little different than it did now than it did a couple of weeks ago, right? That's a fact too. Let's just call that a fact as well. There's a loss in consumer confidence in the way that people are viewing things. There are many unknown questions. There are many unknowns and questions that are yet to be answered on the way that people are viewing the world. And a fact is that we don't have all the facts. Okay. We don't know how many people have this coronavirus in the world right now or in the US. Because we're just ramping up testing. There are a lot of unanswered questions on how is this thing going to affect a lot of what we're dealing with. So there is what we know and what we don't know. And then, but beyond all that, there's what we can do. So Justin and I got to go through real quick what we can do with you guys. So Malcolm, shouting out from Ewing, New Jersey. Here's a few shout outs. Brad from Atco, New Jersey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Malcolm, it looks like you and I have met before. And Malcolm's got a book you guys should check out on P&L. Malcolm, type in the name of your book there. Give yourself a little shout out and a plug there for your book that you gave me a copy of. Happy to have you put it out there. So here is what DeRosa Group's doing. DeRosa Group owns properties in 4 different states. Justin and I manage together. Here's what Justin and I are doing to stay ahead of this corona crazy that's coming down the pipeline, okay? We are staying in close communications with our investors and lenders. Over communication is okay. If you guys have lenders, if you guys are realtors that are dealing with buyers right now, you guys need to over communicate. What do you think we're doing right here? We're communicating heavily with you guys. You guys are our base. You guys are our people. We want to stay in tight communication with our people right now. So do not be the one that hides in your closet with a shotgun and a bunch of gold coins and a bunch of toilet paper. I know one of y'all's got it, because I can't get it. So one of y'all have it, right? So whoever's got all the toilet paper, you don't want to be the one that's just holed up with all that stuff. You want to be the one that's out and communicating and saying, hey guys, what can we do? Let's have a conversation. Have collaborative conversations with people. And Justin and I are building a phenomenal community that we want you guys to all be a part of that we're going to tell you guys more about later. So it's important to be in big communication with people. Quick shout out to Noam in Toronto. Go ahead, Justin.
I want to just specify exactly what that means by staying in close communication. So normally we'll email our investors one time a month and we'll say, hey, here's the updates, here's what's happening. Yep. As of right now, on one of our properties, we've already sent out 3 different communications this month, and a 4th is going out on Friday. So we are emailing. We're also putting on videos like this, and we're doing a webinar tomorrow night that all of our investors have been invited to as well. And so we're communicating in multiple different ways. Some people like to listen or hear different things, but we're staying on top of it through newsletters, through webinars and just video presentations to try to get everyone informed on what we're up to.
Cool. Absolutely.
Julian says there's no toilet paper in Atlanta. They're using napkins.
Oh no, Julian. We're using napkins from Chipotle. Oh no, that's cold-blooded, man. I'm telling the Chipotle people about that, Julian. Cut Alex from Michigan. Welcome. All right, here's some more stuff that we're doing, guys. This is fun. We are working on refinancing as many properties as we can. And people like, hey, you're refinancing. Yes, we are. I've gotten quotes in the low 3s on interest rates right now. Now I get the banking world's changing. You got to be able to prove that your tenants are stable and your tenants are paying their rent. So if you have stabilized rentals that you believe are going to make it through, Corona crazy in the next week or 2 worth of craziness going on, you're welcome, Malcolm. So you owe me lunch now, buddy. So at the end of the day, there are properties that are going to make it through with flying colors in this thing, and interest rates have gone way down. We've been quoted in the low 3s on interest rates from small community banks. So if you can get a hold of your lenders and if you can reach out to them and get great conversations going on with them and tell them what you're up to, work on refi. That's what we're doing. We're going to save ourselves a ton of money on refinancing a lot of our properties. So monitor the government programs that could benefit our tenants. The government just signed a $2 trillion with a T, trillion, put your pinky next to your mouth, everybody. You signed a $2 trillion deal right now that's going to benefit all of America, benefit the airline industries, but also more importantly, put a lot of money in people's pockets, including our tenants. So it's important. Justin, we might not be able to get in the basket of goodies this time around, but we should get people copies of that bill that just got approved. in that. So maybe we can work on that for you guys, but I'd like to maybe in a future video go through that bill here on YouTube and discuss with you guys what is going on in there and how can we peel it apart and find out ways that are going to benefit ourselves as landlords and our tenants. Okay. Right. So next thing is we're staying in close communication with our property managers. Now that kind of goes into the next slide. But I can't find it straights in the 4s. 3s would be great. Alex, make some phone calls, my man. If you haven't done it if you haven't done it in the last couple of days, call your banks. I'll bet you're going to hear a lot different story than you did a couple weeks ago. So stay in communication with your property managers, because if you guys are self-managing, great, that's you. So that means you need to develop a property management protocol on what you're going to do, and we're going to talk about that on the next slide. But if you guys are using property managers, your property managers are the most important member of your team right now, because they're the ones that are direct interfaces with your tenants. They're the ones that are there to create calm with your tenants and not have your tenants freak out about, oh my God, how am I going to pay my rent, and who are you going to have in my apartment? It's going to give me coronavirus and stuff like that, right? Correct. Direct communication with property managers is absolutely the best thing you guys can be doing right now to be on top of what are we going to do for April collections. That's a question we all have, to how to help tenants with their obligations for April. And also, how are we going to handle maintenance protocol for people that have emergencies in their apartments? How are we going to effectively make sure that our maintenance staff remain safe and the tenants remain safe too? How are we going to do that, right? Have those conversations with your property managers. Now, here is a letter from our property manager. So before y'all worry about taking out your cell phone, snapping a picture of your screen right now, Justin's been kind enough to take this letter and taking our property manager's name off of it. But this letter is in the basket of goodies that we're going to give you guys at the end. So that's yet another reason why y'all need to stay around to the very end of this webinar, where we're going to give you guys this basket of goodies, which is a letter from our property manager to our tenants and to our owners that talks about exactly what they're doing, right? Inspiration and ideas for you guys, right?
We actually have 3 letters included. So since this letter came in, we got two more emails. It's all in the basket of goodies right now.
Check it out. Clear and frequent communication with our tenants and with our property managers, as we've done. Make residents and team safe. Yes, listen, rent collection is important, but everybody remaining safe and everybody remaining healthy is probably more important to me than that, because listen, I want to make money too. This isn't a hobby. I do want to make money for what I do. But at the end of the day, we also, there's a bigger why beyond all of it. We want our people to remain safe, safe and secure. One of the mantras from my company, the DeRosa Group, is to transform lives through real estate. Yes, I need to make money to do that, but I also need to make sure that the people that work with us and for us and our tenants are number one, that are 100% safe during this whole thing, right? Information on how this affects our businesses, being clear on what the rules. God forbid that we have to file eviction on somebody because they're not able to pay the rent for a long period of time, or just being clear what eviction rules are. That eviction is unfortunately a tool that landlords have to use with their tenants, and I don't use that term lightly. But the rules around eviction and maintenance and what our rights of access are into apartments are, being clear what those rules are state by state. It's important to look state by state to see what the rules in your state and even in your county that you live in are. Now, we've researched that for every county that we invest in, right, Justin?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I would say the summary is we're going as far as the municipalities are allowing us to go as far as filing. Some states you can file and basically go all the way through, except don't have your court date scheduled. Others are a little more strict on how far through that process you can go. But we're not stopping our eviction criteria. We're not suspending it. If you don't pay, unfortunately, you've got to go through this process.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And also, it's important to remind tenants that although evictions are stayed right now, which is a fact in most states, and it's probably rightfully so people don't get put on the street when there's a virus going around, there's a pandemic on the streets, we probably should not be locking tenants out of their apartments, right? And I've seen stories of landlords taking the hard line on April rents. Listen, we're working with our tenants. We're not taking the hard line about it, but we also acknowledge to tenants that your April rent is your obligation. We'll work with you on it. We understand we need you to pay what you can pay, because we still have obligations to ourselves and obligations to our banks and everything like that too, and to our insurance companies and to our real estate and for real estate taxes and all this other kind of stuff. So we're setting a lot of companies are also setting up internal task force. This is what management's doing, and this is what you guys should consider doing as well. This is all in this letter from our tenants. bottom line beyond all this, and I'll do some Q&A after in a second here. So start priming up your questions, guys. Type in your questions and I'll start answering them. Then we can do some and I can obviously answer your questions right here on YouTube. And also if you guys have questions, you guys type in. If you're watching the recording of this, type in your questions and I'll do my best to answer them offline as well. Bottom line beyond all this stuff, guys, is we're not going to panic. There's just too many unknowns. We don't know. Okay. As I mean, like for most questions, not that you guys can ask during Q&A, but for most bigger questions about coronavirus, like, how's this going to affect the long-term global market? I don't know. How's this going to affect, our long-term interest rates or our properties long-term? I don't know. All I can tell you is what I'm doing, right? Which I just did. I can tell you guys what we're doing, and we can tell you more about what we're doing during Q&A, but I'm also not going to panic. Right? A panic is not going to put any money in my pocket. It's not going to save my portfolio. It's not going to help me grow my business. I'm not going to panic. I'm choosing not to do that. We're also planning. We're planning for the next couple of months. We're planning for growth. We're planning for things getting better as getting better, and for things for the market changing, of course, but for lending freeing up and for opportunities freeing up and for things getting a lot better over the long run. And so we're gearing up for a resurgence.
If you could go back real quick, Matt.
You got it.
You go back? Yeah, I just want to expand on the planning side of things because we're always moving forward. Great comment there, Malcolm. Panicking never helps anyone, for sure. This time that we have, of course, time with our families, time at home, but we have systems and processes that we sort of get in the habit of running forward, sprinting forward. But now's a good time as things are slowing that we can take stock of how we work and try to make our business more efficient. And so we're doing that as well.
I agree. And it's really time to plan. So, hey, Lisa, best realtor in New Jersey. There she is.
Right there.
Yeah. So real quick, I want to mention this before we get into Q&A, and we'll throw it up here again if you guys want to check it out. As I said before, the biggest thing that we're doing is we're staying in communication and we're building a community. I am so eternally grateful that you guys are all seeing this because you guys are subscribers to our YouTube page, which is a phenomenal community that just crossed over 23,000 subscribers, Justin, to our YouTube channel. So thank you guys for all your commitment to this YouTube channel and for the support that we put out here. Now that's one. We're also building a deeper community that gives people direct access to me and gives people direct access to Justin and direct access to our underwriters and videos and all kinds of really cool stuff that we've done. That's more off the market stuff, more behind the scenes. We're peeling back our curtain with everything going on. We're showing people the inside of our company so that they can glean best practices, perhaps contribute to us too, give us ideas, perhaps helps us find deals or help us do whatever it is that we're doing when they peel back the curtain and see what it is to be behind the scenes on a successful real estate company. That's called DeRosa Insiders. And that is an inside look at a growing real estate company such as the DeRosa Group. They're going to get direct access to me for Q&A. I've got 15 years worth of experience and direct access to my wife, Liz, who's one of the champions of the real estate invest her community. So guys, you guys want to be part of a DeRosa Insiders just so you guys can really pick our brains, and we want to help you guys and help you. There's educational videos from Matt and Justin and the team. You guys can also get access for site walks, video site walks, and also in-person site walks. If you guys live close to any of our properties, you guys get a view of the day in the life of day-to-day, what it's like to run a real estate company, along with access to us. So if you guys want $1 to be a member of DeRosa Insiders for the first month, do that, and just text, and that's the discount code there. And you guys also want the basket of goodies that I mentioned, which is many of our presentations. Justin has all the letters from our property managers in there. That's all free. No cost for that. All you gotta do is pick up your cell phone and text the word DeRosa on your cell phone. Take you about 30 seconds to text the word DeRosa to the code number 66866. Text that number now, the word DeRosa, and you'll get a reply back with the access, with a link to join DeRosa Insiders for $1 for the first month. And you'll also get the big basket of goodies. All you want to do is reply to that text again. Once you get that DeRosa reply, just send us your email address to that same text chain, and we'll email you the basket of goodies. But first, you start it all off by writing the word DeRosa, DEROSA, to 66866, and we'll get back to you guys with an enormous basket of goodies. So, and we really want you guys to be part of our DeRosa Insiders too, which is why we're letting y'all try it out for $1. We've already got hours worth of videos out there. And by the way, what DeRosa Insiders is a private Facebook community. And that'll give you guys access to the private Facebook community through DeRosa Insiders. So check it out, guys. We want you guys to be a part of it. I want to see you guys there. Now, Q&A. I've already got a bunch of questions here going on here. Let us see. Let me scroll up. Okay, Julian, I'm going to pop you up here on the main screen here. Julian, do you see this as a great opportunity to raise more money than ever before since 401ks have been hit hard? Absolutely, Julian. I really do. And so here's a longer answer to your question, Julian. Yes, but we need to let the dust settle a little bit. Okay, so DeRosa Group is working on, again, and if you guys want to join DeRosa Insiders, we'll give you more insight on this, but we are going to raise a gargantuan project to raise an enormous fund that's going to put to work in real estate. And we're not trying to be sharks. We're just trying to take advantage of what we believe will be some price adjustments from people that were thinking about selling before coronavirus and are now need to sell for one reason or another, and still want to sell, but they're going to be brought back to a level sense of reality. Because if those you guys were in the real estate market for the last couple of months, understand it was hard to find. There's plenty of deals out there, but there weren't that many good deals. And so we're going to be presenting ourselves as great buyers for good deals that we think are going to hit the market. We're not trying to steal anything. We're not trying to be sharks. I don't want to steal anybody's portfolio. I don't wish anybody to go bankrupt and have to sell their portfolio for 10 cents on the dollar. We don't think that's going to happen anyway, because I think the banks are going to be offering up a lot of support for their clients, including us. And that. So I don't think anything's going to get stolen, but I think that things are going to be coming down to a better sense of reality. We're going to be raising an enormous fund, Julian, that we're going to be putting to work in a lot of different things. We're going to become a lender to people that are part of the DeRosa Insiders community. We're going to be offering up loans to those members. We're going to be offering up equity partnerships. And we're going to be raising this large pool of money. And it's not going to be offering up our investor base things like 18, 19, 20% IRR rates of return on deals. We're going to be offering people a flat rate of return. Here you go. Here's your rate of return. It's a check in your mailbox every day. I think investors are going to be looking, Julian, for security above all else. They're not going to be looking for crazy upside potential. People that got their teeth kicked in on Wall Street, unfortunately, and I'm sorry to hear about that. We want to help them rebuild, and we're going to do that by offering fixed income investments. Here's your check in your mailbox. You can count on it. You can live on it. Maybe not crazy upside potential, and that's okay that that's not there, but we don't think the market's looking for crazy upside right now. What they want is security, and we can offer them that. So Lisa, who and what are your biggest information sources during this time? Let me pop you up there so you go, Lisa, shout out. There she is. As I said, Lisa Candela Holbert, the best realtor that I know in New Jersey. There she is right there. And so who is your biggest information sources during this time? First of all, my wife turned me on to a positive news source that's there about that I just signed up for. I'm trying to get into positive news sources like Reddit. That's one. Also, actually, I can't remember this. I'm looking for the name of the positive news. They just good news. I think it's goodnewsfeed.com. Just type in good news in your feed, and that'll be out there. And there's stuff on the coronavirus and stuff like that, but it's also just positive information. Now, I'm rarely reading a lot of articles that are out there, because remember, a lot of articles there, Lisa, that are online are there to get you emotionally engaged so that you read the article. A lot of it's clickbait. A lot of it's like coronavirus is exploding in the US, and they want you to read that article. I'm probably not going to read that one because it's not going to give you much data. What I am reading, Lisa, is a lot of government sites and Johns Hopkins. If you really want to know what the coronavirus is up to in the U.S., Johns Hopkins has a great report that gets updated every few hours. If anybody has the link to the Hopkins access to the coronavirus spread in the U.S., post it here, because I don't have it on my handy. But please, somebody go find it and post it here for this feed so you guys can see it. That's a great place for information. And Lisa, I also go to government websites, like Mercer County, where you and I both do a lot of our business, is offering up a $15,000 0% interest loan for any small business in the state of New Jersey, in Mercer County. you wouldn't have gotten through the local newspaper. That's just on the Mercer County website. So we're monitoring local websites, local feeds, not so much national media, because national media just wants to get my eyeballs so I can watch the Toyota commercial that you have to watch before you read their article. So
I just
Julian,
I just look at Facebook memes.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, honestly, you know what? There are people on Facebook that I like and trust. There are people on Facebook that I really highly respect. And so I think it's important that there are people that I go to on Facebook, like my friend Jay Scott. He posts a lot of really good stuff. And so
Julian mentioned that as well. Julian here.
Follow Jay Scott. Yeah.
Follow Jay Scott. Absolutely. Jay's got some really excellent posts on there and really well thought out. So yes,
We'll get Jay to do some stuff on Insiders with us, because I know he's been very gracious with his time. He and I just led a mastermind in South Jersey that was all the money 100% went to charity a couple of weeks ago, right before Corona crazy kicked in. Julian, in addition to Lisa's question above, what sources are you following? Okay, cool. Follow Jay Scott on Facebook. Great question. Cool. Thank you, Nobiku. Karai's subscriber base. Julian, do you think creative financing opportunities will open up because of the chaos happening? Absolutely, Julian. I already touched on that already with the balanced fund that we're going to open up. So I got to come up with a cool name for it. Maybe you guys can help me with some cool names for this blended fund that we're looking to do. I was thinking DeRosa Diversified. I don't like that. I was thinking maybe DeRosa Blend or DeRosa Balance or DeRosa Fixed Income. Maybe DeRosa Fixed Income might be a good one. Because we've done DeRosa Capital all these years, but this is different. Julian, I firmly believe. Let me pop you up here on the main screen again. Do you believe that creative financing opportunities will open up? I think that's going to be what drives it. I think that banks are going to get more and more conservative as this thing keeps going. Banks are going to be helping their existing clients. We've been going to a lot of our banks and asking them for help, asking them for mortgage forbearance, asking them for any support they can give us. And I think that banks are going to start tightening up more and more and more on their lending. So I think if you can get a loan in the next 6 months, get it. If you're going to be going for a loan in say 3 to 4 months, it might be harder to get. You might have to go for more baseline, more mainstream stuff, like Fannie and Freddie for large multi. Let the dust settle. Cool. I'll throw you up again there, Malcolm. There it is. Let the dust settle. That's what Malcolm had to say. Cool. Alex loves it. Cool. Ed, what is your plan for handling tenants' rent payments? What is your plan for handling tenants' rent pay? They can't pay April rent, partial rent, deferred rent. What legal documents do you use to offer these? Well, it's not. I mean, at the end of the day, this is really an addendum to their lease that you're offering them. If you do offer them some sort of a payment plan, some property managers that I talk to are doing a written payment plan, and then they're going ahead and they're using the E word. They're going ahead and filing eviction as soon as eviction floodgates open back up. And the only reason they're doing that is because you can file eviction in most states, get a judgment, and then do a court-ordered payment plan, right? So you still have a payment plan. It just means the court's standing behind you on the payment plan. So you've got a little more firepower. And you're still giving the tenant a very generous payment plan. Maybe you can spread their payments out over months and months and months, so they can take plenty of time to get themselves caught up, and they can use part of that government subsidy that are getting, that we're all going to get. They can use part of that subsidy to get themselves caught up on their rent payments, right? But at least you got a court order standing behind you. Those are some documents you consider using as well. And obviously, Ed, you can offer these things all up to the tenant as an addendum to their lease. Hi, Karen. Karen says hello, everyone. I say hi to you, Karen. There you go. That's the current worldwide status. I totally agree. Local info is great. And so are Facebook memes. Cool. Little shout out there for Lisa. Justin, man, I'm doing all the talking, man.
Yeah,
Final thoughts. Anything else you want to do to bring it home? What do you got?
You missed one question here. Alex asked about if you have a property under contract, are you getting out of it? So I'd be happy to answer this one. If you scroll back up above.
Yeah, I got him. All right, yeah, cool. Go ahead. I'll pop him out.
So Alex, we actually have a few properties under contract right now, and we're not backing out, but we are slow playing it. And so we've gone to every seller who we're working with and saying, look, there's just too much unknown. Thankfully, we're still in the due diligence phase on all of them. So we don't have any money that's gone hard. We don't have any, that means non-refundable. We don't have any significant heavy financial outlay into any of these properties right now. So we have options, and we need more though. So we've asked for 60 days in most cases because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if our lenders are going to withdraw the loans that they've said they'd be able to do on this. We just don't know. As Matt said, we're not panicking. We don't know what's going to happen, so we're trying to take things slow. And so 60-day extensions, heavier due diligence, trying to defer any sort of deposits that become non-refundable. So I would say yes, you shouldn't back out. And the second part of your question is, should we use this to renegotiate a contract? You might. We don't know. We don't know where prices are going to be. We don't know what rates are going to be as things slow down. I would say if you're going to close, if you're scheduled to close in the next week or so, you're probably locked in. Just confirm with your lender. But if you are just under due diligence or just under contract, try to extend those timelines, because we have to let the dust settle. And everyone's saying that.
Yeah.
And so we've got to just wait a little bit. Probably you shouldn't be buying anything 3 or 4 weeks from now. You got to.
I don't think so either. Yeah, I mean, I've heard banks walking away from closings. Like there were people that had their closings get canceled at closing. Like they were like at the table with the pen in their hand, ready to ink the deal, and the bank's like, "Hey, we're gonna go ahead and can we do a redo? Can we do like?" Can we get a do-over on this? Because we're not going to do this. Right. Yeah. Not a do-over, just an undo. Can we untie this whole thing? I heard, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they said that they closed a deal and had the bank email them the next day saying, "Hey, we want to resend the wire we sent you to fund your closing." And the buyer was like, "No, we can't. We're not going to do that. We're not going to undo the closing." But the bank actually had the audacity to come to them after closing and say, "Hey, we want to resend that." So it's crazy what banks are doing right now.
I mean, you don't get it if you don't ask, I guess. But
hey, why not? Right? I don't slate him for asking, but I too would have been like, "No, you may not." Okay, Adam, we get time for a few more questions. Justin and I have to jump on a call with our property manager in a minute here, but we're going to. We got a few more questions. I'll try and do a speed round, a few of them here. Adam, I have 16 doors that average $1,000 per month that I own outright. Congratulations, Adam. You're awesome. Would you leverage these with loans if you were me? I would. If you can get good debt, Adam, the thing is that you're gonna have to be able to show your bank is that you've got good rent roll post-corona, that your April, they're gonna want to see your April rent roll. They just are. But I would definitely try and get debt if you can get it. And that's what I would suggest. Julian saying, Matt, hey Matt, how's the 1031 exchange thing going? What Julian's referring to likely is in my book, Raising Private Capital. I talk a lot about it, this 1031 exchange debacle that we found ourselves in. A lot of money got stolen from us and our investors. Great. Thank you, Julian, for checking in on that. I'm glad you care about it. I'm glad you're concerned for us. We are in the middle of a settlement. We've been offered a major settlement, and then we got paid some money. And we're looking at some more settlements, which will be some more checks in the next couple of months, which I'm really excited about. And thank you for asking. Julian's talking about my book, Raising Private Capital. I refer to that. So, Kwame, what are your thoughts on the Trenton and Camden markets? I still remain fairly bullish on Trenton. Lisa Candela is on this call. She could be a good resource for Trenton because she knows that market very well too. What are your thoughts on Trenton and the Camden markets? I mean, I think that they're good markets. They're good D and C class markets if that's what you want to invest in. So I'd recommend steering towards it if you want to do that. Okay, one more, Kwame. How do the landlords handle property taxes if they own the property outright and tenants aren't paying rents? Well, if you own the property outright, I think that you can try and negotiate with tenants to pay what they can in their rents, which I think it's important to have that conversation. I've yet to see any property tax relief announcements come down the pipeline, but I'll bet you they're coming. If this thing lasts another couple weeks, I'd be willing to bet you that property tax relief is on the way. Maybe not property tax for free or property tax forgiveness, but property tax delay at least. Yeah. So that's what I believe is coming on the pipeline. Justin, would you agree with that?
They have to, right? At this point, with the way things are going, we had the first step was towards the tenants. Okay, we're not going to evict you. Now the lenders are starting to say, okay, you're not going to have to pay a mortgage. Next will be the government saying, okay, we're going to hold off on your taxes for a little bit. Not that you won't owe them eventually, but maybe we'll get a few months of forbearance or delay here. Forbearance would be great. So we'll see. We don't know. Again, we're not panicking. We're taking things slow. We might still get some great collections here in April. We just don't know. really depends on the
We
market.
got one property. We got one property that's already brought in 10% of their rent roll, and it's not even April 1st yet.
Right. So one thing that we are doing, I'll just dig in on that real quick, is we put out to all our tenants at that property is, hey, if you want to pay rent early or on time, we're going to give you a 10% discount on your rent. And so some tenants are just excited to pay early and get a little bit of a discount if they have rent, if they have the money already, they're paying, they're getting the discount. That's great for us because we have cash in our bank account. We're happy to make that trade-off for now.
Absolutely. Hey guys, listen, Justin and I need to jump over to a call with a property manager. So unfortunately, I got to cut Q&A short. But here's the thing. If you guys want to get access to Justin and I to have way longer conversations, to pick our brains about this kind of stuff and really get a deeper look on what we're doing as the DeRosa Group, because there's only but so much we can do in like a little half an hour presentation here, you guys need to consider DeRosa Insiders. It's going to be a phenomenal value for what you guys get. And again, it's $1, right? For the first month, it's $1. So try it out, right? If you don't like it, you don't like what we have to say, it's okay. You can cancel it. We won't hold you to it. But just join for $1. All you got to do is text to 66866. Text the word DeRosa. And it'll give you the instructions to sign up from there. If you guys want to just get the basket of goodies, which includes a presentation I did for biggerpockets.com at their live conference, Liz did it too. There you can get copies of those presentations. And Liz and I also have done some other presentations that are out there, including there's hours worth of video content in the basket of goodies too. Not just stuff from our YouTube page. This is stuff you can't get anywhere else. Not on YouTube. It's hours worth of training that I'm releasing to DeRosa Insiders. So check all that stuff out. And also the 3 letters from our property managers are all in the basket of goodies too. That's all just thank you. Thanks for taking your time. And we really sure appreciate you guys helping us get over the 23,000 mark on the YouTube page. The least we can do is give you guys a nice little thank you basket there. So you rock too, Alex. Thank you. I hope to see all you guys on DeRosa Insiders, because we're going to build a really strong community and we're going to get through this thing together. You cannot do it by yourself. We can't do it by ourselves. We need help from you guys. And we want to help you guys too. So Justin and I want to build this DeRosa Insiders community that's really all about an inside collaboration, lots of masterminding, lots of private behind the doors conversations on a private Facebook group that's a members only thing. And oh, by the way, if you guys are already investors with the DeRosa Group, DeRosa Insiders is free to anyone who invests with us. And what's great about that is if you guys are joining Insiders as a paid membership, you're going to get access. All of our investors are going to be there. Everybody that invests with us, hundreds of people that have millions and millions of dollars invested with the DeRosa Group, they're all going to be a part of this community as well. And you'll get to see them and meet them as well. So, listen, guys, I really appreciate you. And I cannot thank you guys enough for all your commitment to our YouTube page that you guys have done and for your great questions today. Justin and I got to jump because we've got to get back to the business. Yep. We hope to see all you guys on DeRosa Insiders. Thank you. Justin, final words. What do you got?
I love it. Thanks, guys. Happy to see you on DeRosa Insiders. We've already got Q&A scheduled. So get on there because Matt's going to be live next week.
When's the next Q&A? Next week? Next week I'm going to be doing live, April 2nd.
A whole hour and more if we need it. So
I'll stay on Insiders for as long as y'all want and answer as many questions, and we'll get into all kinds of stuff.
Questions here, as many questions as people have. We're going to be talking about Corona. We're going to be talking about the current state of our properties, what we're doing, and just giving more of an inside look. Sometimes we can't share things super publicly here on YouTube, but behind closed doors, we can give more of that insight. So that's the plan.
Hope to see you guys there. Text the word DeRosa to 66866, and I'll see you guys there. Have a great and profitable week.